Setup tour, anyone? Okay, fine. Jeez, my channel's nearly 10 years old now, and since the very beginning pretty much, you guys have semi-regularly been asking me in the comments what my setup looks like, what's inside my PC. And one of the reasons I've never shown it before and never really got into it is just because I keep changing it all the time. I'll add new things, I'll change my microphone, I'll move my room around, I upgrade my PC, so it never lasts. But that's exactly what I'm going to do today. I'm going to show you exactly what I've got, pull some new things inside my PC, build a brand new desk and move everything around. And you're coming along for the journey, so I suppose we better get into it. This is upside down. If this is upside down, then those are upside down. And we're going to start, of course, with my current desk, which is a big white desk with lots of black things on it, because I like that colour scheme, the dark and light. I really like how it goes together. And we're going to start with my 3 screens. So I've basically got 3 LG monitors. The one in the middle is 144 Hz, which is good for gaming, and the ones on either side are basically more colour accurate ones, which are good for things like video editing and photo editing. Also on my desk I have my keyboard, which is a mechanical keyboard that makes that nice tappy noise, which is really irritating when you're trying to record videos. It's Logitech something or other, I've no idea what number it is, but it works and it's nice. I also have the Logitech Master Mouse. In fact, I had that as a set with the keyboard, but the keyboard M key doesn't work anymore, which is why I got this new one. Also on the desk, you'll find my Stream Deck, which I use for streaming and video making. I don't really overly utilize it because, to be honest with you, it's easier just to use keyboard and mouse, but it's handy for some things like switching scenes on streams or hitting that record button. And on the other side of the desk, I have the Go XLR, which is my audio interface. It's the best one I've ever used. I absolutely love it, and I couldn't live without it. It is just perfect for everything I need. And right at the other end of my desk, I have my microphone, which is on an Elgato low profile arm, which means I can get it right out of the way when I'm not using it, so it's not blocking my screens, and when I'm using it, it's right in front of me. And this is basically a Rode pod mic. I absolutely love it. It's relatively cheap, really easy to set up and use, but I think it sounds great for podcasting and video recording. But there is a problem with it. As you might be able to tell, the microphone stand isn't actually attached to my desk, it's attached to my side unit, and the reason for that is there's no shock mount on this thing and you can't actually buy one, which means if it's attached to my desk, every time I move my hands around or move my mouse or type on my keyboard, it picks it all up, which isn't ideal. And it's really not ideal because it also means I can't actually close my drawer, which is quite irritating. The other things I've got on my desk, of course, are lights. I have an Elgato ring light up there, which I use mainly pointing at the ceiling so it doesn't shine off my glasses when I'm streaming. On the other side, I have a little side light, which is an LED light, which is actually really good. And right in the middle, I have my camera, which is a Sony 4K digital handycam, which I used to use for work, which is now my webcam. But that's changing today. And that's basically the main stuff on this side of the desk, but there's more on the other side. And off the desk, obviously, I have my chair, which is very, very old now, but it works okay, I guess. And behind that, I have a green screen. It's an Elgato folding green screen, which you can just pull up like that. Then you stood in front of a green screen, and then when you don't want it, you just put it down again, which is absolutely fantastic. And I guess the main thing that's on this side of the desk is my PC, which is actually underneath the desk. It's down there, in the corner. And it's lovely. It's got an i9-13900K processor in it, an NVIDIA RTX 3080 Ti graphics card, and a whole bunch of hard drives and useful things. But there's something missing that I'm going to be adding in later. And around the other side of my desk, I have a 32-inch TV with an Xbox Series S plugged in there and a Nintendo Switch OLED. It's got a soundbar, and all that's wired into my PC so that my sound can come through there if I want it to, and I can record those consoles into the PC. And in order to sit in front of that TV, I have a nice leather reclining armchair there, and in front of that, I've got a couple of tricks up my sleeve. In order to record my voice when I'm recording things like Zelda, I've got my Shure SM7B microphone right here, and that's plugged into this Wave XLR unit there. I've also got a Stream Deck Plus on the other side, which allows me to, do recording and things. So that's basically it for gadgets. So furnishings, what have I got? I've got a shelf with some photography equipment on it. Over here in this corner, I've got another shelf with some more photography equipment and other things on there, bits of merch and stuff like that. And you might have noticed behind me, I've got some thick, dark curtains to block out the light when I'm streaming. And on both sides of the room, I've got these duvets hanging down from the wall, which are there to block sound. It does make the room a little bit warm, but it blocks the sound because this room, well, it's got very, very flat walls. I've got the big flat wall behind my desk over there. I've got a hardwood floor, and you might notice behind me I have a blooming great big light as well, which isn't actually part of my setup yet, but after today, it will be. On top of the blankets for sound absorption, I've also got some sound acoustic sponges. They're in the corners because sound likes to get trapped in the corners and bounce off things. And I have those basically along the bottom of the room where there's space for them. And before I forget, I also have a third light right here pointing down onto my desk above my keyboard. And that's not so I can see my keyboard. It actually bounces up off the desk and illuminates under my chin and things and under my hat, so that when I'm streaming or podcasting, I don't just have big old shadows all over my face. So as you can see, it's a very nice setup. I'm very proud of it. It's cost me a lot of money and a lot of time to put it all together over the years, and bit by bit, I've been adding to it slowly but surely. But there are some problems with it. Let me show you. The first problem is this desk. It's a nice big desk, it's a very comfortable desk, it fits all my stuff on it, but it is held up with wood, which isn't ideal. And the reason it's held up with wood is because if that wood isn't there, the desk isn't very strong. It was a very cheap desk and the desk wobbles a lot and makes my camera wobble, which is not good while I'm streaming. Another problem I've got is cable management. As much as this is a nice desk, it doesn't have any cable management options at all, and as you can see, I've got an absolute bird's nest of wires going on behind here. Now, there are a few reasons for that. Normally when I do a new setup and I set everything up, I do tidy up all the cables as good as I can, but then I unplug things and I fiddle with things and I add things and more wires come in and new wires come out, and before you know it, it's a total mess again. So I want to fix that today too. And the final problem is my PC. Being on the floor means it's on carpet, and I've got a dog, which means dog ears get inside it, it gets dusty, and round the back, well, let's just say the wiring on that's not much better than anything else, and I've got so many USB devices going into that it's causing problems when I plug new things in. And fortunately for me, the folks over at FlexiSpot must have heard my cries, because they sent me over a brand new E7 desk to tell you all about and to build, which I'm going to do. But in order to build something new, we need to get rid of something old, which means I now got to completely dismantle everything that I have and build it all again. Oh geez, right, let's do this. So there we go, plenty of space to get this thing built. However, there is a little bit of a problem. Whilst the guys at FlexiSpot must have heard my cries that I needed a new desk, they must have been standing very, very far away, because they've only sent me a very, very small one. Now, the legs are universal. It doesn't matter how big the desktop is, the legs are the same size for each one, but the desktop itself is much smaller than the one I currently got, which means I won't be able to fit all of my screens and things on it, which is a bit of a problem. But I'm going to build it anyway and see how good it is, and then fix my computer, and then worry about what I'm going to do. Oh jeez. We got this. How hard could it be? What could possibly go wrong? So I'm going to start with the legs because, well, these are universal. The most important bit, the box is ridiculously heavy. Let's see how I get on. Oh jeez. Packing stuff. Wow, that's heavy. This is some, wow, jeez. It must be good because it weighs a ton. That bit's heavier than my whole desk combined. We've got things, cardboard, plastic, more plastic. Ugh. Each one of these feet weighs more than me. Jeez. I'm never going to be able to move this once I've got it up. Jeez. Box 1 complete. You've not built it yet. Oh yeah. But it's kind of built, that'll do. Right, what's next? A wire. Oh, good, more wires. You mean this desk's not wireless? And a manual. Who doesn't want a manual when you're building a desk? Don't need that. All Allen keys, this is good news. And Phillips, I do need that. Step 1, attach the side brackets to the beam. Side brackets of those. And they're gonna go. That goes that way up. And you get one of them there, and one of them there. Okay. Easy. It's just like IKEA. Just go in. The hole there, mate, just for you. Step 2, loosen the 4 screws of the frame and stretch the frame. Then tighten the screws. What? Loosen the screws? Oh, to get it the right length for your desk. Ah, that's going to be a problem. Fine, we'll get out the big desk then.
Shouldn't use a Stanley knife. You might damage the thing inside. I'll damage you in a minute. Have you stretched the frame? I'm doing it now.
Stretch the frame. I've stretched the frame, guys. Use X12, stick them in the sequence of circle, then square. Okay, now the squares.
There's no hole.
But I don't want to drill into the bottom of the desk.
I don't think I need to do that bit. That's fine. We're just going to skip that bit.
If you were building this yourself, then I would recommend not skipping that bit, but I'm going to skip that bit because I'm not actually going to be using this desk, and that actually requires you to drill new holes into the desk, which I don't want to do. Either that, or I've done this completely wrong and got the holes lined up in the wrong place, which is probably the case. It is the case. This is upside down. If this is upside down, then those are upside down. No, it's not upside down. Yeah, I'm definitely not putting them other 4 screws in though.
It'll fall down.
It won't fall down. It's fine. Just won't be as solid as it would be if I did it right.
You can't make a sponsored video and do it right.
I can. Step 4. You haven't finished step 3. I have. Install the leg columns and fasten the screws as seen. Jeez. Oh. Put the lime with the coconut, stick them both together. I love building furniture. It's so therapeutic and relaxing.
Just go in the hole.
It's going to collapse. It's not going to collapse. You've missed 4 screws? I have. Yes, I have, but it's fine. Why would they tell you to put them in if you don't need them? It's just because they're overcautious. They don't want to get sued when it falls on my feet. Told you it was going to fall. It's not going to fall. Step 5. Attach the feet. Leg 1, leg 2, and 8 of these. Easy. A baby could build this if it was really strong because it's ridiculously heavy. Step 6, fasten the screws as seen. Oh, it's for the controller. Right. Lovely job. Excellent. Step 7, connect the wires. Keypad, select one. This one only needs to be a touch longer. Stop cutting corners. I'll cut you in a minute. Stop threatening me. Wow. Stick in, plug, it says. Plug is in. Step 8, I need 4 Bs. Attach the cable tray. Huh? What? Insert screws in the frame, don't tighten. Insert cable tray into the screws and finally tighten the screws. Fine, I can do that. Ooh, didn't want that one anyway. Everything else is so solid and like perfect, and then you just got this really janky bit there. It's loose. Still loose. Oh well, tough. Gonna rattle. There we go. Step 8 is done. Step 9, turn over the desk and make sure the keypad is facing upwards along the process. Step 10, adjust the foot pedals for balance. And then off you go. That was easy. That was actually genuinely very easy. You're just saying that because it's a sponsored video. I'm not. That was easy. I've built some furniture in my time, guys, and it's never been that easy. You've left out half the screws. Yeah, but apart from that, it's all right. Oh my goodness, they were heavy. Right then. Does it work? Let's bring it a bit closer to your oldie camera. Press the button. Oh, it's going. It's coming down again. Amazing. So there we go. That literally took 35 minutes, which is nothing really. And it works, look. It goes up, and up, and up, and up, and up. So there we go. It goes very high up, and it is stable. It's sturdy. I mean, it's wobbling a bit, but I haven't adjusted the feet yet. It's also on laminate floor, which is in my room very spongy because I put loads of stuff underneath it to try and deaden the sound when I was on it. It's nice. It's just too small for me. So it's great. What more could you want from a standing desk? Sturdy. It is solid. It weighs a ton. And I've got one more box. So this box is the last box that I asked them for. One of the biggest problems I got is cable management. So being a cheeky FoxyNoTail, I actually asked for 2 extra things when they said they were going to send me a desk. I said, can I have one of those fancy power bars for my electronics to plug into? that attaches to the desk, which you can find on their website, and can I have some cable tray management? Because, well, they do all of that as well. And they said, you could only have the cable tray management, and we've only got it in silver because that's all we got in to give away. Basically, this will just screw to the bottom of your desk, and you can hide all of your cables and your power banks in there. So unfortunately, even though they have sent it to me for free, and it is a really good option, it's not going to solve my cable management issues because A, it's too small, because the desk is too small, and B, it's the wrong colour. So I went online, and I bought all of this junk. What have we got here? You might be asking. DisplayPort extension cables, and the reason for that is, it's really difficult trying to get all the wires to the right place at the back of your PC when your PC's on the floor and you've got 3 screens and a big long desk. Especially if you've got a standing desk that goes up, they've got to go further. So I've got some extra ones of those. I also got some mats, and these are USB 3 extension cables, and I've got 2 boxes of those. Fantastic. I think some of them are longer than the other ones for different lengths of things. I also got another mat thing, and in here I have really, really small USB extension. Why did I order small ones? Don't know, whatever. Right, what else I got? I have a whatever this is. Oh, okay. Now this is where the internet gets you. Same story. Asked for a big desk, got a small one. Asked for a big fat chunky cable thing to put all my cables through, and got a small one. But actually no, it extends. Basically you put your cables inside of here, and that keeps all your cables nice and tidy. So I got one of those. And in this bag, I think this is like 200 cable management things in white, so it matches the colour of the desk. So we've got some Velcro stuff, some stick-on stuff, some more stick-on stuff, some more of these tubes, some cable ties, some desk thing. We got all the cable tie stuff. Okay, so very much like this thing that they gave me, I ordered myself some, because if I'm going to have a big desk, I'm going to need extra room, and I can have a bunch of these across the desk because I've actually got 4 of them altogether. So plenty of cable management stuff to go under the desk, which is fantastic. And I've got one more thing. Okay, the last thing then, this is for my PC. There's my PC. Okay, the problem with my PC is USB. It has a lot of USB, but I have even more than I need, which means I'm using extenders and like bridges and all that sort of stuff, and it's not very good. So many ago, I bought this, which is a USB card thing, and that goes in here. But the problem is, the smart people that built this case, Corsair, I love this case, brilliant case, but I don't know if you can just about see, these slits are too thin, which means I can't get my USB into the USB hole when this is in there. So I bought a new one, which has horizontal ones, so that when this is in there, they'll actually, you know, I'll be able to plug things into it. Okay, first thing I need to do is take out this network card, which is here, because it's in the way. I'm gonna move that up just below my graphics card. It's not easy doing this in reverse. I don't know how Linus Tech Tips do it. Oh, crap. There we go, that's my 2.5 gigabit network card moved up. And now that gives me some freedom at the bottom. Put this one in. And the reason I want it in the bottom rather than higher up is because it's a lot bigger and I didn't want it to block the fan stuff going into the GPU, because I want my GPU to be as cool as possible. And there we go, that's in. Easy peasy. Well, that is it. PC upgrade done for now. You could clean it while it's there. I could clean it while it's there. I'm not going to clean it. It's fine. Oh, you're going to test it? No, I'm just going to assume it's going to be all right. You should test it. No, I'm just going to assume it's going to be all right. So there we go. PC upgrade done, desk built, but I haven't got my stuff back on it. And I'm not going to put my stuff on here because, as I've said before, it is unfortunately too small. But what is a good thing is that FlexiSpot actually offer these desks without the desktop. You can just buy the legs, which means I can grab the previous desktop that I've already got, which I know is perfectly big enough, and make it fit. That does mean I've got to do some work. To the workshop! Have you got a workshop? Well, I've got a garage, mate.
So I went to the garage and did many manly things, like grinding and sawing and using hammers, and eventually it was complete.
Much sharper, much sharper. This video has gone on for hours. I started this 12 o'clock. It's now nearly 8 o'clock at night. It's It's nearly dark outside, which is crazy because it's August, but it's overcast and not very nice. And I still haven't even started putting the computer back together yet. Really hot today. Can't have the window open because I'm recording. Got a big light on me because it's dark. I need to have good camera light. Moving stuff about, lifting heavy stuff, drilling and banging, grinding and all that sort of good stuff. I'm knackered. I'm hot and sweaty and I've not even eaten lunch today or tea. I'm starving. I'm not going to take them off because I don't see the point. You should do it Oh, shut up, you face. It'll be as properly as it needs to be.
Thought you said you weren't taking those off. Well, I got to take these bits off, just not the top bit.
Leg screws are going to go over here in the cable tray. Cable tray screws are going to go over there nowhere near the cable tray because I'm smart.
Hang on a minute, you've put the leg screws in the cable tray? Yeah. And the cable tray screws just left there on the floor over there?
Yes.
So now you're going to put the legs with the cable tray screws?
Yes. Exactly what I'm going to do.
No wonder you struggle.
There we go, with this last little nut here loosened, that is the old desktop gone. Gone. Oh crap. Ah! Now I've got to get this lined up perfect. That's the back of the desk, this is the front. So get it 20 mil away from each side. I don't actually want it 20 mil away from each head because my clamps are a lot bigger than that. Draw a line, 50 mil. That is bang on 11 there. Smashing. Right, put some circles on. That's why you need a sharp pencil. It's 50. Circles. Okay, so I've marked all my holes for that bit. I'm now going to drill some very, very shallow pilot holes just so the screws will go in a little bit because it's very solid, the bottom of this desk. I'm barely even going to go in, just enough to make a little dint in it. And there we go. That's the bottom all screwed in and done. I just need to put the little controller on. Put that on there, little circle. Drill a pilot hole. There we go. On. Nice. And there we go. They're all on nice and tight. Let's get it all plugged back in. Cable tray on. Tighten it up. Not that there's any point because it doesn't actually get tight. Because you're using the wrong screws. I'm not using the wrong screws. I'm using the screws it told me to use. And there we go. New desk is complete. Ugh. Oh, and there it is. The question is now though, does it still work? It does! Now one thing I do need to be slightly careful of is this tabletop is substantially heavier than the one they sent. They have light, even though they're really strong and durable, light tabletop so you can put more stuff on them. These legs are rated, I believe, to 125 kilos. I'll double check that, which means by the time I've got all sorts of stuff on there, it's probably still gonna be way underweight. I'm fine. Nice, I can finally get everything built back up and do all my cable management. Ah, jeez. If you like this desk, then check out the link in the description below. FlexiSpot are having their 7th anniversary between the 28th of August and the 1st of September with 50% off. That means up to £140 discount on this E7 desk. And if you subscribe to their website, you will have the chance to win a PS5. Check out flexispot.co.uk for other activities and to win more prizes. So there we go. It's pretty much all done apart from a couple of glaringly obvious things that I haven't put back on. And those are my Wave XLR and my Stream Deck Plus and my other microphone around the other side of the desk. And the reason for that is that now, even though I've solved a lot of my problems, including tidying up the wires and getting my PC off the floor, I have a big problem, and that is my microphone. Because it's still fixed to that desk, I still can't close that drawer, and now that the PC is on top of that little filing cabinet thing, it means all of the sound of the PC travels through the microphone and it picks up a lot of noise. It also means that when I raise the desk up and down, it bangs my microphone, and when I'm in standing mode, which I'm going to be using because it's good for my back, well, my microphone's down at the floor and I'm up there, which is not ideal. Now, I could bolt this microphone back to the desk instead. It is a lot more of a sturdy desk than the other one, so it shouldn't carry through quite as much noise, but it will when I'm banging on the desk, like moving my mouse quickly or typing, things like that. And I don't want that to carry through into my videos and streams. So the only thing I can really do is put my other microphone here in place of this one, and then use that one on the other side for recording when I'm playing on the TV. So there we go. Now when I'm recording games, I can pull my microphone out easily to me like this. I can see what I'm recording by spinning that screen round, and I now have my Stream Deck Plus and my Wave XLR both plugged back in, so I can control what I'm doing and see what I'm doing. Now back on the right side of my desk, my microphone is back on a mic stand, so I can adjust it as I need to. The thing I don't like about these is that they just get in the way of your screen. I can't see anything on that screen now with that there. I can't see anything on that screen, and these microphones, because they're dynamic, they need to be right in your mouth, like this. Now I've got a desk that goes up and down at the touch of a button. I have a microphone that goes with it. I can stand, I can sit, I can do things that are good for my back. It's tidy, my cable management is done. There's only one thing missing. Well, two things actually. You might notice there's no little light down there, and there's no ring light up there now. And that's because I've moved them, because I've been filming all of this stuff with this big old light here that I've had for a very long time. I bought this light back in the days when I used to do a lot of filming and stuff like that, and it's just been sat in the loft doing nothing for a long time. So instead of using that ring light and having horrible rings in my glasses, I'm going to put this behind my desk, take up even more room in my office, but have better light. Let's see how it looks. And there we go. Hopefully I'm a lot better lit now for my streams and things, and I also don't need the brightness quite so bright. It's on 100%. I can hardly see a thing. So there we go. That is pretty much it. There's one thing left to do, and that is actually to use this camera that I'm recording all this on and replace my Handycam that's been doing my streams, so I've got a little bit better quality there as well. I now have an amazing standing desk that can go up and down. I have my audio set up. I've got my green screen set up. I've got new lights, better camera. It's all wonderful, but that was a mission. I really, really, really don't want to have to rebuild this desk again anytime soon. Oh wait, what's that? An email? They're sending me a bigger desk! I've had enough. I'm out. I'm done.